righty. On Raw, there's problems in the Judgment Day, Brian. You remember this. Damian Priest, Finn Balor, they're openly admitting it now. They've had some disagreements. There's friction. And apparently now J.D. McDonough has come along and attached himself to Finn Balor as Finn's best friend. It's kind of a single white male type of thing where he looks a little bit like the Great Value version of Finn Balor to begin with, does J.D. McDonough. And he's obviously, he's trying to drive a wedge, wouldn't you say, between Finn and the rest of the Judgment Day for his own potentially nefarious purposes. It sounds better when I explain it than it does when you actually watch it happen, doesn't it?
Yeah, he was just kind of there. My big thought was something Cody I think it was Cody, touched on in his promo. He's got a big head on his body.
Got a preternaturally large noggin.
It's like a little person, but bigger.
He's the biggest little person in the whole USA.
He's the tallest midget in wrestling. No.
Well, no, I remember I told the story. Bobby Fulton fucking asked for 2 midgets. The midget came and brought a fucking old man with him. It was kind of short, but he was obviously not a midget. And he said, "Where's my other midget? I got to have a midget match." And the midget said, "Well, I brought him." "Well, he's not a midget." "Well, he's who I got." So Bobby introduced him as the world's largest midget wrestler. But anyway, J.D. McDonough, here's the problem I have with it. He looks like a nerd that would never be acknowledged by the cool group, the Judgment Day. There's Rhea Ripley, there's Dominic, there's Damian Priest. Finn's kind of on the borderline of, can I see him hanging out with these people? And then you got, the guy with the fucking drive-in movie screen on his forehead over here. But they've acknowledged the issues, and then suddenly Sammy comes out. And he's big over there in Quebec. And the fans oohed forever. Now see, there's so many goddamn tunes. There's Cody's "Whoa!" and there's Seth Rollins's "Oh, whoa!" and there's Sammy, either they're "Ole, ole, ole," or the other thing, which is "Ooh," and I can't do the fucking tunes. But the fans did that forever and wouldn't let him talk, and he milked it. And then after, 3-4 minutes at least, and he genuinely loves this outpouring of affection from the French Canuckians up there. And then he says in French, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw," and Judgment Day music hits. And they come out and surround the ring. But Sammy says, "I didn't come here alone." And of course, here comes Owens. And again, they go crazy for him because he's a French and he's a Canadian. He's a French Canadian. And the people go banana. And Owens comes to the ring and beats up everybody. And the heels powder out to the aisleway and hit their marks perfectly, where they do every week, where then the baby faces can challenge them. "Well, why don't we just have a match tonight against any 2 of you?" And then more French. So amazingly, the first promo segment erupted into violence that set up the main event for the night. That's a revolutionary concept that has never been tried on Raw. Did this pique or refresh or jog your memory? And I didn't mean to say jog, Brian. I know you're afflicted over there. Did this refresh your memory in any way?
Yeah, because I got burned out on Owens and Zayn, and that hasn't gone away. And Rhea, I like Rhea's hairdo. That looks nice. She's done something different. But no, I mean, like I said, I am burned out on Owens and Zayn. I can respect the fact that especially that local audience, it's a big deal.
The atmosphere was great because they're massively over there. And that is a wrestling historical tradition in Quebec, the province of Quebec, going back to the 30s and 40s with, Jacques Rougeau Sr. and goddamn every French Canadian hero they've had is massively over. So that makes a good atmosphere.
I just said to myself, I hope we don't get another 6-man with all these people.
It wasn't. It was only a 4-man. And we're going to find out later on in the program which two of the Judgment Day are going to be men enough to step up to this situation. Because the last thing we would want is a 6-man tag in the main event. We've got a 4-man tag. Then we had New Day wrestled Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle. And I wrote, who are the faces? Who are the heels? Neither one. The Viking Raiders came in and beat everybody up, and then Drew beat the Vikings up by himself. That happened there.
I remember fast forwarding.
Then JD and Finn were in the back, and I got to be honest, JD's accent is very thick, and he has just an element of Alvin the Chipmunk in the delivery. And
Alvin the Chipmunk?
It's a little squeaky. If they're going to do some kind of deal where he's kind of like a psychologically warped, adoring fan of Finn's, then that's kind of what it looks like. So they better be doing that, because he looks like a psychologically warped, a potential stalking, adoring fan of Finn Balor's. And as they're talking, Rhea and Dominic come in and they call Finn away and they won't let JD come because it's Judgment Day business. But again, I'm thinking, I'm seeing a single white male thing here, or elsewise Finn's getting a short end of this stick because this guy doesn't look like he whipped cream with an outboard motor. Did that jog your memory?
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. There's nothing else I could add to that.
There's plenty more they could add to it, but they didn't.